Hello everyone, today I'm here to talk to you about Chronicles of Crime 1900. Now this is the brand new, it's just releasing today, crime solving, crime investigating, cooperative board game from Lucky Duck Games. So I've been lucky enough to get this a little bit early, so I've been able to play the first 3 cases. The 4th has only unlocked this morning, so I've not been able to play that one. But I'm not going to spoil those. Anything you see in the review or I talk about will either be super vague or will be related to the tutorial. Chronicles of Crime 1900 is one of the easiest games to get to the table because the tutorial kind of just teaches you the game. You set the game up with the components on the table, the decks of cards and the main board in the middle, and you're ready to go. Open the app and then the tutorial will walk you through some of the terms, how to actually interact with the game components with the app, which is heavily used throughout, and then it sort of progresses and you could then start doing the cases. So how does it actually work? Well, if you go to a location, use the app to scan the QR code. The app then knows you're there and might tell you stuff about there. You might be able to search it using a 3D environment. You can talk to characters by scanning their QR code and then even ask them or interrogate them about other characters. Perhaps the victim, ask them there by scanning the other person's QR code or items such as evidence. And you could just, again, scan the first character that you're trying to ask and then the evidence card and you ask them about that. So that's basically how it all works. You're scanning QR codes here, there and everywhere to ask different people about things, and hopefully trying to ask the right person the right question that will give you information on the case. The case's stories unravel as you sort of slowly venture to unlocked locations, talk to characters and even put together puzzles. One brand new element of 1900, Chronicles of Crime 1900, are the puzzle cards, and they are absolutely brilliant. They're sort of very escape room-esque style cards that you're not allowed to peek at before time. It will tell you in the app to take this question mark card, you get to look at it, and then using the tutorial card as an example, it was some Morse code. And then you would use that Morse code with something in the investigation and that would crack that puzzle. Now these cards are new to this version of Chronicles of Crime and they're brilliant. They take you out of the app just for that little moment in time and they add that different style of puzzle, that different style of challenge that make you think in a different way. They're also really satisfying because normally when you crack these puzzle cards it actually it unlocks that interesting bit of information that's actually important to the case. If you are like me, someone that plays board games to maybe not be looking at a screen all of the time, then maybe this one isn't for you because the entire experience is app driven. One person is going to be there with that phone in their hand, scanning the QR codes, but that QR code technology works phenomenally well in this game. The first couple of minutes, it's a bit awkward scanning the cards, but once you've sort of got to the hang of that, it's very intuitive. You know, I want to go to this place, you scan it. I want to go and talk to this person, I scan them, and stuff like that. It's really nice and simple. Now, everything you do, every time you scan, that costs you time. And as you're playing as Victor, the journalist trying to get his story in, you know, crack the case and hand that story into his editor by midnight, everything costs you like 5 minutes or 15 minutes of time depending on what you do, and that's not, you know, that's just like an escape room clock ticking down. It doesn't matter if you go over the time, it just affects your score at the end. But it's nice that, you know, there's some repercussions. Maybe a character might leave a scene or even turn up at a scene depending on the time, and sometimes the character might say pop back and talk to me in so long and stuff like that, and you actually have to do other things, maybe talk to someone else at a location while you wait for them. So that's quite a nice touch as well. The cases, now there's the 3 cases that I've played. The first one is completely standalone, and then there's 2, case 2 and 3, that are very much linked. You can, and the app does say you can, and it is right, you can play them completely standalone. but I would advise not doing that and playing them with the same group in order. Definitely do it in order, because case 3 has a few spoilers for case 2, but while you could play them completely with different groups, no knowledge is needed from one to the other. There were some extra moments of like, ooh, wow, from the storyline element, because you knew the characters from one case to the other. So, don't know about case 4, but the first 3, they've taken 3 people, 3 of us that played. They took around just over the hour each time, quite consistent there, and they were easy or medium cases. The last 4th one that I've not been able to play is hard, so maybe that's where the box time of 60 to 90 minutes is reflected. All in all though, I've really enjoyed Chronicles of Crime 1900, and yes, if you don't like the app idea, then it's not going to be for you, but the app works really well at bringing locations to life. It's got music playing throughout. You know, you hear sort of the hustle and bustle of locations. I wish that it, you know, had voice actors to read the stuff to you, but that's a minor negative. The puzzle cards in this variant though are what set it apart for me from the original Chronicles of Crime. That was good, but I think this was better. And yeah, really enjoyable Chronicles of Crime 1900. Thanks for watching, and I'm Oliver East, signing out.